Hello guys, and welcome back. It is me, Nathan, and welcome to WAG, the podcast show where we basically talk about anything that comes to mind. Today's episode, I am joined with my own offspring, my son, my special lad, Ethan.
Hello guys.
Ethan's featured on many of my YouTube videos. He is quite skilled at various games, which will be today's topic. Me and Ethan are here today to talk about various games, how the gaming world has evolved over the years, and what basically our favourite games are. So, for me, gaming stems back to a long way away, a long time ago. Like,
all the way into the PlayStation 1.
before PlayStation 1. There's a lot of games out there, Eve, that even you, and you like gaming, don't you?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games out there that even you won't even be aware of. There's like old... Do you remember the day we went to Retrodome?
Yeah.
And you played all those old classic games?
Yeah. My favourite one was that zombie shotgun game.
House of the Dead?
Yeah, House of the Dead.
Yeah, that's a cool game. But there's like old classic games where it's like you've got things like Pong or, you know, Centipede, or even before then when it was just like very high pixelated games. Gaming has come a long way. A long way.
Like...
And then you fast forward and you get games like one of your favourite game series, Metal Gear Solid. Gaming has come a long way. But what's your favourite game of all time, Ethan? And I want you to think really hard about this, okay? You don't have to be a game that I like, okay? This is your choice. What is your all-time favourite game? And it can be anything. Anything at all. So, what is your favourite game of all time? Something that holds special meaning to you. Something that you will always remember and always enjoy playing.
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
To be honest, yeah.
Why Fortnite?
I'm not really good at building on Fortnite. It's just that I like all the weapons and that you can dodge. And
Okay.
you can build walls to take cover if you're in like a grassy land or a plain land or something. And my favourite map is the alien map where there's like a big ginormous mothership on the air. And there's like other little tiny motherships under it.
Cool. See, for me, I don't really like Fortnite.
Because of the building.
I hate Fortnite. I can't stand Fortnite. Fortnite for me is one of them games where it's got meaningless gameplay. For me, what you think of Fortnite is your opinion. You know, you enjoy Fortnite, yeah? I don't like Fortnite. And I'll explain why I don't like Fortnite. And then you can explain to me why you like Fortnite. Okay?
I already have.
In more detail.
Okay.
So I don't like Fortnite because the building mechanics. The building mechanics for me is a pointless mechanism within that game. Because why not have it where the buildings are already made? Like for me, so I played Fortnite one time. I played it.
I know, I've seen that YouTube video.
Yeah. And I did genuinely like the fun part of it, but like the whole building thing just got me. I was like, why? Why do I need to do this? I was building a structure and then it either got shot down or I had to move and rebuild again because the storm was closing in.
Yeah, I don't like a storm either.
You know, the storm doesn't bother me. It's the building. Why build a building for cover for you to have to move because of the storm? It just makes no sense. If I want to build a building and take cover in that building and be safe and secure. I want to be able to stay in that building, you know, or if I want to take cover, then use pre-made buildings that are already there, like Call of Duty Warfare. That's a good game. Call of Duty Warfare for me is what Fortnite should be like. You shouldn't have to build stuff. Building should already be there. It should be tactical and everything. That's what I like about games, the tactical finesse of things. But Fortnite for me, no. Same with Minecraft. I can't get Minecraft. For me, Minecraft is just glorified Lego. Some people will agree, some people will disagree, but for me, it's just glorified Lego and I can't get on with it.
I mean, there is a Lego type of Minecraft that you can play with. So.
I don't want that. If I wanted to play a game where I put blocks together, I would get a Lego game. But, yeah. And what's the other one that I don't like? Fortnite, man. Roblox, that's the one. Yes, Roblox. I don't like Roblox. I just don't like the look of Roblox. It's the look. For me, I look at the game Roblox and I've seen people play it and I'm just like, I don't like it. There's just something about it that just like, no. But other games that you might not even know of, I like. Like, I will play Pong. Pong is an old game, and it's like basically a tennis game. You've probably seen it, where you have one white wing down the side and up the other side, and you've got that little white square that bounces to and from.
That.
Yeah,
that's I might have played similar games. I don't know if it.
They have a cool version of that at Retrodome now.
I know.
At the Retrodome in Barnsley, they have a cool version of that. They've reopened. Obviously, they were closed because of COVID, but they've reopened it and they've got this cool Pong table. So for me, Pong is a game that is very, very enjoyable. What about you? You tell me why Fortnite was or is so good to you. What's your favourite aspect of the game? You say building and stuff, but go into more detail.
I like that. I don't know how to change material, but I like that. I like that. Keep dodging.
Dodging?
Yeah, I like that you can, because people can crouch and dodge.
You can do that in Call of Duty though.
I know, but it's easier in Fortnite because you can jump higher.
You can super jump on Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I've only got number 1, so it's harder.
Okay. So, moving on from Fortnite, do you like Minecraft?
Yeah, it's because I like the survival.
I feel so saddened right now. Oh, you like Call of Duty, don't you?
Yeah, I like Call of Duty.
Yeah, you're good at Call of Duty, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell our listeners what happened the other weekend when we played Call of Duty?
I absolutely wrecked him.
He beat me. The student has surpassed the master. You beat me on Call of Duty, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a fair game. He beat me. And I'm choking it down to old age, okay? I am getting old. You know, I'm 32 years old, man. You know, I'm nearly in grave. You know, I'm joking. But no, you kicked my ass, didn't you? You whooped daddy's butt. And it was like I said, it was a fair game. He has got so good at Call of Duty, hasn't you?
Yeah, because I practiced on number 1. I've made it so the same controls are the same as PlayStation 4 and Call of Duty 4. So you can shoot by pressing R2 and L2.
So you've set it up so you're used to the controls, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. What's your second favourite game, Eve?
Second. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
See, for me, I like different game series. I like the Metal Gear Solid series. All the way back to the very first game, Metal Gear. Then you've got Metal Gear 2. Then you've got Metal Gear Solid and all the rest of them, and all the little other spin-offs and, you know, what have you. There's loads of game series out there that I enjoy. Legacy of Kain. I first played Legacy of Kain. One of the first games that I played on that was Soul Reaver on the PlayStation 1. And since that, I got hooked on that series. I was like, I like this game. And then I learned that there was more games within that series that was in that storyline. Like Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 2, Defiance. I haven't played Nosgoth on the PC, which is basically it's set, I think, between, I could be wrong on this, but I believe it's set between the time period of Soul Reaver 2, in that sort of like time period, or Defiance, and between Soul Reaver 1, because there's a big war, and when Raziel is cast into the abyss by Kain, and he comes out, he realizes that his clan and the other clans have basically been more or less destroyed, or his clan primarily, the Raziel. You have his brothers, the Dumahim, the Rahabim, all the rest of them. There's a few, and yeah, it's basically set on that. But I never played that one. I never played Nosgoth. I think that game got cancelled as well. And there was another one, Dead Sun, that was set in the Legacy of Kain universe that didn't actually follow. I don't think it followed on from the initial story of between Kain and Raziel, but it was in the same universe. But I really like the Legacy of Kain series. I think they need to either remaster those games and release them for today's series, or continue the series, because there's so many fans. There's so many fans of that game series. It's surprising how many fans there is actually of it. But a few of my other favourite games is the Die Hard trilogy for PlayStation 1. That's quite nostalgic for me and my friend Dave. Siphon Filter, as I say, Metal Gear Solid. I've never been a fan of FIFA games. Do you like FIFA games, Eve?
I'm not good at playing the game of FIFA, but I'm good at playing football in real life.
You're good at playing football in real life? You like football?
Yeah, I like football.
You like football?
Yeah.
You really like football?
Yeah.
Do you watch football on TV?
With Grandad Paul sometimes, yeah.
I don't like football.
The only reason I don't like the other people that actually play football in the field is that they get overpaid.
Ah! Oh my god, that's come from the mouth of a 10-year-old. The footballers get overpaid. I agree. That is something that we can agree on. For me, footballers run around a field kicking a ball all day, trying to get it into a net. Half the time, not successfully. Bear in mind, these are meant to be professional footballers. They're meant to be skilled with that ball. And half the time, they don't even know what they're doing with the ball. And they are overpaid. And you can literally brush past a footballer, and he will fall to the floor crying in agony as if you've broken his arm. Yet rugby players and American football players will knock each other's teeth out, break each other's jaws, and continue to play. That's why I don't like football. I don't like football.
I know.
But, anyway, so, I see that you fetched a couple of games up here, Eve, for us to look at. You've got Lego City Undercover. Do you like this game?
Yeah, I kind of like that game. I haven't played it in a while.
You haven't played it in a while?
No.
Okay, so this is the PS4 copy. I don't know if there's an Xbox copy. Join the chase. Go undercover and explore a huge Lego city full of action and fun. Play with a friend in local split screen. Collect and customize over 100 vehicles. Don multiple disguises with unique skills and abilities. It is a Lego game, and as with many Lego games, there is a lot of building involved, and construction and puzzle solving and all sorts of funky stuff. Another game he's fetched up here is Evolve for the PS4. This is quite an oldish game. Do you like this one, Eve?
Yeah, I've played that one like years ago. I haven't played.
So this is basically a game where you either play a monster, or you can play a team of hunters that's hunting the monster. Hunt or, it says on the back, hunt or be hunted, choose your side. A monster must evade a team of 4 unique hunters who are working together and stalking to kill. Evolve and overpower as the monster, or team up and outnumber as the hunters. It's survival of the fittest, and any side can win. Happy hunting. That is the winner of over 60 gaming awards. It won Best of Show at the E3 Critics Awards, Best Shooter IGN, and Best of Show Gamescom. So that I played this game, and it is a good game, and you know it's one of them where it's very similar to Predator Hunting Grounds. It's very, very similar to that. So you play a team where you've got a fire team, and obviously there's like missions and stuff to do in Predator Hunting Grounds, which is one of my favourites. And the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually in that game. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger reprises his role as Dutch from the first Predator film, and he voices over his character in the game. And it's like, that's ace. That's ace. Having Arnold Schwarzenegger do voice in a game is amazing. We also have Batman Arkham Knight here. He's fetched this one up. Go on then, Eve, talk us about Batman Arkham Knight.
I like Batman Arkham Knight. I'll tell you why I like him, because I like his car, I like his gadgets, I like that he can actually glide, because some Batman games you can't actually glide. I do like the car is the shooting type, and that you can smash other cars with it, absolutely destroy them.
What do you think about the story? Have you completed the story yet?
No, it's a really long story.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil it for you, but for me, the story of this is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm not going to give any spoilers away for you, Eve, because obviously you're still going through that game. It is a very good gripping game. The story is absolutely amazing, and it will blow your mind. If you haven't played Batman Arkham Knight, I recommend it for just the story, if anything. The gameplay is good, like Ethan says. The gadgets, using the gadgets are good. The Batmobile, you know, brilliant. All round brilliant. And the fact that the Arkham Knight is actually a character within the game. It's not just the title of the game. And he knows pretty much everything about Batman. He knows the ins and outs of who he is, what he is, how he works, everything. He's a very, very, very dangerous adversary. So Batman Arkham Knight, good game, yes?
Yeah, and by the way, Arkham Knight is, if you didn't know, a robot kind of guy. So Batman is technically kind of fighting that guy.
Yeah, but he's not a robot though, Eve. He's not a robot. The mask that he wears is, if you look there on the back of the case, we can see here that is literally, it's a similar design of Batman's mask, but it's all robotic and, you know, computerized. He's not a robot.
I know, it's just a bit like a robot.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Skyrim, Elder Scroll, one of my all-time favourite games. This game is amazing.
I've got the game at home, and I play it a lot, and I've gotten to over level 11. I really haven't checked my level yet, but I'm on a really high level. I've got a really good sleight of hand on the game. I actually know how to pick a lock and pickpocket.
That's cool. That's cool. So for me, Skyrim, there's a hell of a lot to do. You could live and breathe this game. And it's... When I play Skyrim, it takes me back to, for some reason, a time when I used to play a hell of a lot on World of Warcraft. Now, for me, World of Warcraft is a game series that I really enjoyed, but I was very frustrated at, because every time an expansion came out, I wanted to do that expansion, but like I got to the point where I could do it, and I would join lobbies and raids, and then everybody just like left and they'd move on to something else, and it's like, what? And it got so frustrating. Like, I'd leveled up and I'd got to a point where I wanted to do Ice Crown Citadel raid on legendary difficulty, and that by the time I'd got there, no one was doing it. Everybody had done it. Like, it happened so quick. Everybody had done that raid, and everybody else who was doing it just couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So for me, going back onto Skyrim is very similar. You can do raids, you can go in. Obviously, it's not an online game as so much, but it's got vampires, it's got werewolves, it's got dragons, it's got giant spiders, it's got beautiful scenery, it's got dark and scary scenery, it's got everything. You can make your own armor, you can make your own weapons, you can build your own house, you can get married, you can adopt children.
I know about the last one.
You know, Skyrim is amazing, and I need to start playing this again, and I need to start. I've already got quite a long playthrough of my current progress on it on a modded version of it on my YouTube channel on Nays Plays. But I really want to start getting back into Skyrim.
Wait, what level are you on?
I'm like, because I'm on the modded version of it, I think I'm like level 117 or something.
Wow.
I'm practically unkillable on it. So what's the next game, Eve?
We got Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Espionage.
It's in a spinach.
It's spinach.
It's spinach. Phantom Pain, the spinach.
Operations.
It says tactical espionage operations.
Oh.
Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid. We like Metal Gear Solid, don't we, Eve?
Yeah, we can get new guns, we can get different costumes, find cardboard boxes to hide away from enemies. I don't know what that ballistic... we've got a ballistic shield, and we've got boosts. And cool. The story is pretty cool as well. The story is pretty cool, but it also... The game could have been so much more as well. They could have had so much more involved. Well, not so much more moves, but more in depth of like characters. And like, we saw Liquid as a kid. Yeah. Now that is Liquid Snake. Mm-hmm. The character you play as is not Big Boss. Okay, it's Big Boss's doppelganger who dies in the game Metal Gear. I think he gets burnt or something. I can't remember. But he plays Big Boss's double. He's not Big Boss, but he thinks he's Big Boss. But it's also revealed that he knows he's not Big Boss at the end of Phantom Pain. He listens to the tape from Big Boss. And Big Boss is away creating Outer Heaven at the time of Phantom Pain. He's doing his own thing. He's doing Big Boss stuff. Being a big boss. Yeah.
Now, obviously, we know the full series, don't we? We know the ins and outs of Metal Gear Solid, don't we? Mm-hmm. We know that Big Boss, the real Big Boss, dies in the cemetery with Old Snake. Mm-hmm. And he makes peace with Old Snake, or his cloned son.
I think Colonel dies as well from old age in that wheelchair.
That's right, yeah. But that's not the Colonel. That's not Colonel Campbell. Oh. That's Major Zero from Metal Gear Solid 3. Oh. You remember Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yeah, I play it.
Yeah. Well, that, you know Major Zero?
Yeah.
Major Tom?
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh.
The characters in the Metal Gear Solid series, everything, the story, the character backstories, everything, and the fact that everybody ties into it, near enough everybody, is mind-blowing. Like, for example, Peter Stillman, the guy who was in Metal Gear Solid 2, the bomb disposal expert. He failed to defuse a bomb, and it exploded, and when it exploded, he played on the fact that he got injured because he couldn't live with the guilt, and he's like, oh well, I did try, and he plays on the fact that he can't walk, but he can walk, and it's revealed later on in the game that he can actually run, and there's nothing wrong with him. When that bomb failed, who was in the church? It was a church that blew. What character do you think was in that church?
I know it wouldn't have been Big Boss because he just died from old age.
No. Big Boss is alive at this point.
Oh.
This is in Metal Gear Solid 2. Sons of Liberty. Can you think?
No, I haven't got to that
Vamp.
part. Vamp?
Vamp was in the church when he was a young boy.
Oh.
And because of special things that had happened to him and what have you, he got trapped inside the church and his parents died. And do you know how he survived? Drinking the blood of the dead that was around him, including his parents. Which is a bit grim.
Mm-hmm.
He drank their blood to sustain his strength, and that's where he got a taste for blood, which is explained in the games.
I've never really got to the part.
It's a tricky game. The game series is dark, Eve. It really is. It's a dark game series, to be fair. But, it's one of them where you can play it, and there's so much that's going on. So much. You're not just like running around defusing bombs and all this, that and everything, battling Metal Gear and everything. There's the story behind Metal Gear and each of its characters is so well done that it's unreal. It really is. It's unreal and so well done. Metal Gear Solid 5 slightly failed in that. Slightly. Don't get me wrong, Metal Gear Solid 5 is a good game. I enjoy playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and from time to time, I will play it.
My favourite Metal Gear Solid is actually Phantom Pain. My second favourite is... I forgot what it's called.
Metal Gear Solid 3? That's one of my favourites.
It's the one with where the main character...
Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah.
With Raiden and stuff?
No.
Rising Revengeance?
Yeah.
You like Rising Revengeance, where Raiden's a ninja and there's lots of cool flipping sword slashing stuff going on and you can chop things to pieces. That's a good game. I think that takes place after Metal Gear Solid 4, because in chronological order, Metal Gear Solid 4 is the last game in the series, in story chronological order. Phantom Pain takes place early on within the series, because it follows on Big Boss. So you have Big Boss's story, Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 would be the first game, if you're playing it chronologically. And I'm not going to mention the little spin-offs here, but you would have Phantom Pain. No, not Phantom Pain. Snake Eater is the first game. Then you would go on to Ground Zeroes, which is the prologue to Phantom Pain. Then you've got Phantom Pain. Then you would go on to Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4. That's the primary order. But obviously you've got other little spin-offs and things like that. The game series is ace. As I say, gaming's come a long way. The graphics in gaming. Like I said earlier at the beginning of this podcast, you look at old games like Pong, and then compare Pong to something like Metal Gear Solid 5. The graphics is incredible. Next on the list, what's this you've picked out? I've played a little bit of this. What is it?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I was disappointed with this game for the fact that I don't think it plays in with the actual film. Electro's in it and all the rest of it, but I think one of the main villains is Carnage. But as I say, I haven't played all the way through it, so we'll put that one to one side. Before we move on to the next game, what was your favourite things about Amazing Spider-Man 2? And also tell me your worst things.
The worst things is that Electro doesn't really look like the one from the film.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Because to me, it looks like him.
Yeah, he's got more of a human-looking face.
What, as opposed to a Sparky face?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, moving on.
Wait, we're still because we need to talk about the worst things about, the best things about it.
Go on then, quickly.
My favourite thing about it is the controls and how you can just randomly save people from burning buildings by picking them up and swinging away, disarming people. And my favourite thing about the controls and how they've made it for the swinging, pretty neat.
So you like that one, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. What do we have here?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Have you played this?
No.
Neither have I. But I've seen gameplay on it. And what I've seen is that you can basically do pretty much anything that you can do within the other Assassin's Creed games. I actually lost interest in the Assassin's Creed games after, believe it or not, after Revelations, and there have been so many games out since then. And I played one, I can't remember what it was, I think it was Rogue, and I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy that one, and since then I've been disheartened by the Assassin's Creed games. But I want to play Black Flag, believe it or not. I actually do want to play this, and I want to play Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, because I do like them. And I don't think that one game should throw my what would you call it, opinion on a game series. Because, you know, there's obviously the other games out there, but yeah.
My favourite thing about this is that it looks to be a person that's... It looks to be...
It's a pirate. It's Assassin's Creed's Pirates.
Oh, it's a pirate?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a pirate game, and you can command ships and everything. So I want to actually give it a go.
Pretty cool.
So, obviously we've got a few more games here. We've got Star Wars, Jedi, Fallen Order, which I have yet to continue to play. I have played that, but yeah, I know that's a good game. And obviously I've got a lot more to do on that. But I want to talk about, Eve, Little Nightmares. You've played Little Nightmares, yeah?
Yeah. I imagine if they were to come out... I don't know if they were meant to come out with a number 3, but I think they are. There's
other little spin-offs to Little Nightmares. There's not just Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2. There's actually a few games on portable devices and things. But I'm not too sure which it follows the character 6. Or a character similar to 6. But I don't really know much more about that. I'm still playing through Little Nightmares 1. I've played Little Nightmares 2. The playthroughs are on my YouTube channel. You've played Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
They're good, aren't they? Scary. Now you like scary games, don't you?
Yeah, I love scary games.
You like jump scares, don't you?
Yeah, I like jump scares.
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's good.
Yeah, it's just a location as well. It's the same thing, but different restaurant.
See, this is it. Gaming is amazing, isn't it? We like gaming. Okay, so Eve, quick question. Where, as a kid now, you're 10-year-old, yes, nearly 11, yeah? You've been gaming quite a while.
Yeah.
You are aware of where gaming has come from. You know that gaming started out with just simple pixelated games and things like that. You move on, you fast forward, you get things like Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario Brothers. Fast forward a little bit more, you get games like Siphon Filter. You get games like Die Hard Trilogy. Fast forward a little bit more, you get games like Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, and things like that. Fast forward even a little bit more than that, you get games like
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
That's fairly late, yeah, but go on, yeah, well, yeah, it's cool. Where do you see gaming going Now, bearing in mind, we've got things like VR. We've got, things that make you feel like you're actually in a gaming world. Where do you think, from your own mind, think about it, where do you see gaming going?
About 20 years.
And what about in 20 years? Like, what? So in 20 years, what you...
In 20 years, I think it's gonna be like... look like really, really realistic, like, this pirate from Assassin's Creed is gonna look more realistic than real life.
More realistic than real life?
Yeah.
Wow. So basically, you think the graphics are going to be better in games?
Yeah.
Like to the point where it's nigh on realistic?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be able to decipher what's... If you were to, let's say, play VR for a good couple of hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then come out of VR, and everything look like it does on the game, like with the level of detail.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question for you. What happens if we're in a game now?
We'll have to...
You've seen Matrix, right? The Matrix films?
Matrix.
No, I don't think you have, actually. Well, basically, you know the game Sims?
Yeah.
Where you basically have your little characters and they go and live their lives and they get jobs and things like that.
Yeah.
And they find food, they cook, live, whatever, have pets, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, down to the AI of that game. That AI doesn't know that it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All those characters know is what they're programmed to know. And what they do is what they're programmed to do. Yes? What happens if we're like that? What happens if you look outside that window and what you see is not the real world, but actually a game? What if we're characters in a game? We don't know we're a game. We're only programmed to know what we're programmed to know. What if all this is a game? What if we're wired into some computer system that isn't real? Like we're actually in like an incubator with plugs in us, wiring up to this.
Now that you say that, it feels weird. The world feels weird now.
The world feels weird now.
Yeah, I just feel like there's someone programming us in the sky, like right on that ceiling.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I'll just do what I'm meant to be programmed to do, because it could lead to serious consequences if I don't.
That is a very unique thing to say. That is a very unique thing to say. You would stick to the programming.
Yeah.
Because it could lead to serious consequences.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to break out of this system and find out what's actually going on.
No. Because I could get... Because I'm just a character, I could just got... If I were to be like a Sims character, I would just get deleted. Like that.
That's an interesting concept, Eve.
I was trying to flick, but I'm not good at doing that.
You're trying to click, not flick.
Yeah, I
click.
can't.
Yeah. So yeah. So in 20 years, you think gaming is going to be so advanced that it's nigh on realistic? Isn't that scary?
Yeah. It's gonna be kind of scary, but also really cool at the same time.
And what about AI? What about robots and stuff? Because obviously AI takes a massive part in gaming, and AI is getting more and more advanced.
I know, but what if AIs were to, like, be able to do more stuff than normal AIs? Like, it'll make, so it's like, it looks really 3D, so it makes it look like their hand is coming out of the screen.
So, like 3D, but even better 3D?
Yeah.
Like on VR?
Where it makes it look like in VR, it would be weird to see a hand just trying to grab your face. Like smashing through the window.
Yeah. So with games, as we know, games have come a long way, as mentioned at the start and throughout this podcast. For me, games are very much like movies nowadays, but interactive movies. You get characters, you get a backstory, you get, you are pulled into an in-depth concept of a story that is controllable. You look at, like, say, Metal Gear Solid 5, Eve. That's basically a movie, but with controllable characters. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. So I think that, gaming is on par with movies. And you know how big the movie industry is? Movies are brilliant, they are mind-blowing. I could watch Avengers Infinity War all day. Or Endgame, couldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a good film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And games, we like playing games, don't we?
Yeah.
So, like, gaming is definitely on par with movies, I think. So I'm going to ask you a few quick questions here, Eve. Okay? Favourite PlayStation 1 game?
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, PlayStation 1, favourite game, yes?
Yeah.
Wicked, same. It's one of my personal favourites as well. PlayStation 2, favourite game, go.
Predator Concrete Jungle.
Predator Concrete Jungle.
Yeah.
Interesting. Favourite PlayStation 3 game?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Black Ops 1.
Okay. Favourite PlayStation 4 game?
PlayStation 4 game. Call of Duty 5. Call of Duty Black Ops 5, sorry.
Black Ops 5? You mean Black Ops 4?
4, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, and you haven't played on the PS5 yet, have you?
No. Well, yeah, actually.
Have you?
My friend Oliver's house is playing on a PlayStation 5.
Alright, cool. So what have you played on there?
Halo, Apex Legends, a bunch of those.
Halo?
Yeah.
On a PlayStation 5?
Yeah, you can get Halo on PlayStation 5 and 4 and all that.
Can you?
Yeah.
Halo's an Xbox game, Eve.
Xbox game. Well, I saw a game on Halo. I saw a game called Halo on PlayStation 5.
Are you sure it wasn't an Xbox One? Or an Xbox, whatever it is?
I can't remember.
Well, either way.
What
was it you were playing?
I was playing. It was called Halo. It was called Halo. It might have either been a rip-off of
a rip-off from Halo. All right, okay. I'm gonna leave that question there, okay? Because I think you're a little bit. I'm not gonna say confused, but like not aware whether it was an Xbox or PS5. Okay.
Okay.
But did you enjoy the game?
Yeah, I enjoyed the game.
Okay, cool. If you could change anything about gaming, what would it be? That's an hard question, isn't it? What would you change about gaming? Okay, I'll go on to me. What I would change about gaming is the ability to have more two-player options on certain games. Because it used to be a thing where two-player was a trend. Now, there's a lot of games out there that don't allow split screen. There's a few games that do allow split screen. But there's a lot of games out there that I would like where they could easily make a two-player game just for the fun of it. It might not make sense seeing, we could have
2 Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So we get let's rewind time a little bit here and let's talk about the first Assassin's Creed where you play Altair. Is it all in white and everything, blah 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 blah. But why not allow that to be a two-player and have, a second Altair that's like black? or green or whatever, just for the sake of it. Just make him a separate colour, for player 2. It's not like that nowadays. Everything's online, everything's multiplayer online, everything's blah, 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 blah. But I like to be able to sit down with my son, with you, Ethan, and be able to play a split-screen game. 2-player game. And work through a campaign. Yes, as I say, there's a few games out there that allow it, but not enough. Bring it back. Bring back split-screen.
There's even a game that has so much opportunities to make it into split screen. I don't know what it's called, but I saw it on with Max.
And continuing game series as well. I hate it when a game series doesn't continue. Like, for example, Legacy of Kain. That ended with Defiance on such a cliffhanger. What the hell? Okay, there's a fan base, okay? And this is what does me head in, right? This is what does me head in. Yeah, games, they need to make money. Okay, it's a business, I understand that. But from a fan's point of view, from a fan's perspective that has been so loyal to that game series, bring us back the Legacy of Kain games. Bring us back the series. Revamp it, redo it, remaster it, and then bring us a sequel to Defiance. You left it on such a cliffhanger, Crystal Dynamics and whatever the other one was, I can't remember. Jesus Christ. That game series left on a cliffhanger that has had me on the edge of my seat for the past 20 years nearly. Jesus Christ. I think it came out in 2001, I could be wrong. But that's 20 years of me hanging on the edge of my seat for a game. Jesus Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying, Eve?
Yeah.
Good. Right.
Well, I just said yeah. Yeah.
So, is there anything else you'd like to talk about in terms of games right now?
I think there should be more split screens, like
I've just said.
Yeah, not like in more different games. There should be in more different games, I agree. But I feel like they should make it so as like all the way to like 5-player games. I don't know if they've already got it, but at least like 5.
So more games where you can have more players.
Yeah.
But on a split screen.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know what you mean. So, I think that's pretty much it for today's podcast. We spoke about different games. We spoke about what our favourite games are. To the listeners, drop us in a comment in the drop a message box. I think that's available on. If you click on this podcast, it should be around somewhere, or whatever. Let us know. Okay, let us know what your favourite games are of all time. There'll be some way around it. I'm pretty sure you can let us know.
Wait, should we do more like VR video things? Because we haven't done that in a while.
What, is it on a YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
We probably will do. But yeah, check us out on YouTube. Go head over to Nays Plays.
And TikTok.
Yeah, there's TikTok videos as well. But there's videos of me and Ethan playing games and all sorts of stuff. So if you want to check those out, head over to Nays Plays. If you enjoy them, give them a like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've enjoyed talking about games today with you.
Mhm.
It's been nice, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But if you could bring back a game or make a game, what would you call it and what would it be?
I'd call it.
Before we go. Or what would it be about, roughly? What would you be able to do?
It would be about a person that has fallen off a cliff by someone that tried kidnapping him. He falls off, breaks a few limbs, but comes back to life with a bunch of cyborg parts, and revenges
He gets revenge on the person that pushed him off the cliff. So it's basically, I like that you've said that. It's basically a lot like Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
So Raziel is chucked into the abyss, gets burnt, comes back with basically,
new look.
A new look. It's not a new body. It's his same body, but a new look. Comes back and gets revenge on his brothers, and then chases his vampiric father Cain through time, and they end up teaming up, and yeah, because there's a bigger evil. There's more to it than what Raziel initially thought. But that is it for today's podcast, guys. I hope you've enjoyed listening. I hope that we've brought up some points on some games that you agree or disagree, or things that you didn't even know about, like certain games, or game titles that you were unaware of. Anything from you? You look like you're struggling to talk.
I don't really know.
You don't know? Okay. Okay, so as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, guys. As I say, each podcast is released every other weekend on a Sunday. So, yeah. I guess I'll see you in another 2 weeks. Well, I won't see you. I did this on the last episode. On the last episode, I was doing it solo, and I said the exact same thing. I'll see you, whereas I won't see you. They'll hear me. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next podcast, guys. Chinwag out.